Go to Twitch. Let's see here. We're streaming. But there you go. Twitch is live, and I should be able to hear myself. Yes, and there's my wonderfully horrible voice. No, not really. It's not that horrible. Oh well. The game it is. We're definitely... yeah, let's go normal. That's not normal. Alright, there you go.
Why stay earthbound when prosperity awaits you in the stars? Come to Halcyon, the only colony on the edge of the frontier, owned and operated by corporations. A trip of 10 short years will
oh sure, I have not
thanks to the comfort
updated
of
the
your very own hibernation chamber.
stream
You'll wake
info.
up in a perfect society designed to maximize your productivity with guaranteed full employment. With only a minor term of service, you will become the master of your own destiny. When you go out of this world,
Was it game changed?
Halcyon Colony.
There you go. Capitalism is bad. The game. Stream info should be updated. Phineas Wells. AKA Rick Sanchez, if he was actually likable.
Thousands of colonists left adrift out here forever, just to keep from damaging the board's bottom line. Disgraceful.
And now, the wonderful thing that takes so long to do. Except, I'm gonna do my best to be quick about this. Let's see here.
You're easy to like. Should come in handy if you're stopped by a guard.
Not sure. Dexterity, intelligence.
Charismatic enough to give the chairman a run for
Sure.
his bits.
Actually,
You won't be quite so boring after you've saved the entire colony.
reputation gains are significantly reduced.
I bet you could thaw yourself with sheer rage. Oh dear. Did you actually punch out your anger counselor?
Yeah, this seems good. Be smart and be charismatic. And some agility along the way.
I hope we haven't lost that silver tongue to frostbite.
Actually, no. Charismatic. I always go charisma.
You've got a once-in-a-generation mind.
Yeah.
It says you had a habit of snarling at people. An eye for detail. I bet you wrote some thorough reports.
Being the uncharismatic tech. And we can pick up stealth for the hack and lockpick.
Exactly what I need.
Science improves plasma and shock damage weapons. Yeah, alright.
You poor thing. Made to listen to that dreadful music all day. I do have a lot of dirty test tubes.
No. Honestly, I don't know why I spend so much time in the character creator of this game, because there's no third-person camera. Yeah, this looks alright. Athens, actually. Yeah, that sounds good. I could have just gone with Athena, but I think Athens is actually a better idea. Although I probably could have added charm to her for extra, for the whole politics of Athens, but...
Looks to be your lucky day, my friend.
Not likely, bootlickers.
Initiate skip jump.
I will say though, even though the world of Outer Worlds is not that great, I would love some of this technology. Okay, we don't know have any of it.
Shit. Ah, there you are. Wondering what's going on, eh? A bit of bad news there, I'm afraid. Your colony ship was inexplicably knocked out of skip space and forced to complete its journey at sublight speeds. This means that you and every other colonist on the Hope have been in suspended animation for 70 years, give or take.
Yeah, that's a bit
Normally,
long.
reviving someone after so long leads to some quite horrifying results. It's called explosive cell death, but it's really more of a liquefaction. Something wrong? Oh, yes, well, not to worry. I've pumped your body full of a special concoction I devised to keep you from dying so horrifically. Hopefully at all, but I guess we'll see, yes? Unfortunately, I used the last of my chemical supplies saving you. I know it's a lot to ask, but I must have your help securing more if we're to save the rest of your fellow colonists. I'd see it done myself, of course, but the board has a sizable bounty on my head. Now, my ship is inoperative, but I've managed to hire a smuggler to help you out. He'll be... Oh, I see we're in position. Good luck.
I love Phineas. See you soon. Remember the Hope. 60th anniversary of the Hope's disappearance. Chairman Rockwell raises a
Can you hear me?
glass.
Is this thing working? Ah, there you are. Now, where were we? Oh, yes, the smuggler. His name is Hawthorne, and he should be waiting for you at the landing site. He's to be your
sure he is.
chauffeur, so to speak. Not to worry. I'm told he's a specialist. Dashing gunslinger, one-of-a-kind ship, that sort of thing. You'll like him, I'm sure. I've also outfitted you with a simple wireless monitor, so I can track your progress. I'll check in with you as soon as you land. Good luck. All the colonists are counting on you.
Hello, Mara Courier. It's been a while since I've seen you in chapter. Hope you're doing well.
You've landed good. Hawthorne should be close by. What in law's name? Is that him? Oh, that idiot. I told him to plant the beacon and move away, not stand there holding it. Oh well, no sense in letting his ship go to waste. Hawthorne
Yeah.
won't mind you taking his ship. Better you than the board, huh?
I haven't recently
Not sure
also
I
been
trust
playing
you, though. Might
Fallout
as well have
4.
that bounty on my head. Shame
Because
about the whole
I recently got a new computer and I can actually play the darn thing. But, and same with Outer Worlds here, like, I could play on my old PC, but the frame rate was horrible even on low settings, but now that I actually have, well, the ability to play the game. And also stream at the same time, so might as well do that as well. Especially as I try to develop the habit. Yes, I have played the Outer Worlds before. I've beaten it twice. But I also done the thing I normally do and play a ton of times with multiple different characters. But I only completed the game twice because, again, my performance was bad on the old PC. But I
Hey, you, come here.
soldiered
You've
through
tried
it
the
because
best now.
I liked it.
Now try the rest. Spacer's choice. Oh, law, that stings.
Says so. I'll patch you up.
Looks like the bleeding stopped. I owe you one. Hope you don't mind me omitting this little exchange from my report. Spacer's choice doesn't like us accepting outside help.
The Spacers... what?
Oh, we're all part of the Spacer's Choice family here. Not that I deserve to be. Can't even deliver a company slogan. We were out on patrol. I saw a marauder camp up in the hills. Thought I could take them. Then my gun misfired. Right through my side. I mean, what are the odds of that, right? Just
Yeah, there's at
barely
least
slipped by
like
with
two
my
main
life.
endings
Crawled in here and
as far
blocked
as
off the exit with those canisters.
with the pro board and anti board. I don't know about the others. I didn't really look too deep into like the different endings of the game, but I just usually just play different characters and don't really care much about the endings per se because I rarely get to them. You're hiding in a cave and you blocked off the exits. You're as good as dead.
Spacer's choice policy clearly stipulates that dead and as good as dead are two completely different properties of matter. Unless I'm dead, I'm contractually obligated to attend to my post. I will report that illegally grounded spacecraft if it is the last thing I do. See those canisters by the entrance?
Yeah, I haven't played the
Still
DLCs
sneaking
either. I
around
haven't
here.
gotten them
I
yet.
can take them all
but-
out with a single shot. Not bad, huh?
I probably should at some point. It might be worth streaming, like getting and streaming later. It's not the best choice, it's Spacer's choice. I got a better idea. Give me a gun, and I can go look for help.
Yeah, okay. You look like you know your way around a gun. Got some spare ammo, not counting the bullet in my side. Here, you can have my saber too, for patching me up and all. All Spacer's Choice weapons are now 30% less likely to malfunction. You've tried the best, now try the rest. Spacer's Choice. Yes, nailed it that time.
You did nail it. That was quite good enthusiasm. Well, I'm off.
Damn it, my ears! Oh, what just happened? Can you hear me? What in the hell?
You get used to actually having like a bit more sensitivity on the controls because I can actually play at the higher frame rate. Oh yeah. Outer Worlds has great audio design in my opinion. I wonder why exactly it just didn't take off as much as so many others. I will say though, I know that they're planning on a sequel. They better have a third. They better add a third-person mode to the game because they committed the cardinal sin, being able to customize a character, get different armor sets, and all that sort of stuff, and no way to look at yourself in third person in-game besides the menu and the idle camera.
Landing in the Veil without using an official Spacer's Choice landing pad. I'd slap him with a fine if it weren't for all these marauders shambling about.
It's just a landing violation. Let it go.
You out of your mind? No way. Once we've dealt with these marauders, I'm hunting that sick freak down. I just, you know, need a couple of winks to catch my breath.
Yeah, I think the game should have been a little bit longer, maybe a little more fleshed out, fleshed out because I think the game is amazing, but it does feel very narrow, like in comparison to something like Fallout New Vegas. Do Spacer Choice cards back down from a challenge?
Well, sometimes. Management's real good at cost-benefit analysis. But, seeing as I'm the acting manager in this situation...
Yeah, the companions are good in this game.
You're right. It's time we
I think the companions in here are amazing.
Whoever owns that ship and file a full report. Then it's
I also think that the
laminated.
Here we go.
There's gonna be a little bit of a... I don't know if this is a hot take or anything, or I don't know how people feel about this, but I actually think comparing like New Vegas and Fallout New Vegas and Fallout 4, Fallout 4 has better companions, but as far as this game, I'll have to think about it, like whether or not I like the companions in Outer Worlds more than 4. 4 has great companions, but so does Outer Worlds.
Please be informed that this vessel contains no valuable plunder.
That's a lie.
Marauder, please be informed that ignoring me is dangerous for your health. Hello, Marauder. I am Ada, the autonomous digital astrogator of this vessel. Please be informed that I am authorized to use violent retribution against unwanted solicitors. Please return any misappropriated equipment and exit this vessel in an orderly fashion. Failure to do so will result in your immediate destruction.
And what are you gonna do? Self-destruct?
Gesture procedures initiated. Please engage in the airlocks. Prepare to reject all boarding parties in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You realize we're still on the ground, right?
My deception protocols have failed. I had programmed to express disappointment.
Is this Hawthorne ship?
This vessel is the registered property of Captain Alex Hawthorne. I am incapable of accepting orders from anyone other than Captain Alex Hawthorne.
Hawthorne's dead. I'm sorry.
I understand. I will require some time to process this information. Thank you for your patience and for your honesty. I am programmed to take orders exclusively from Captain Hawthorne. If I accept your orders, then you must be Captain Hawthorne. Do you understand?
I get it. You need me to be Captain Hawthorne or you can't fly.
Well done, Captain Hawthorne. I see your powers of deductive reasoning remain intact. Unfortunately, our engine is currently inoperable. Our main drive suffered a critical power failure, and we were forced to make an emergency landing. The main drive's power regulator has been irreparably damaged and must be replaced.
What the hell find a part like that sitting in the garage?
Astutely observed. However, the probability of locating a power regulator within a worker settlement falls within acceptable parameters of certainty. High-capacity power regulators are sometimes employed in the electrical networks of worker settlements. I have taken the liberty of printing you a new Captain's Identity cartridge. Please try not to lose it this time. This cartridge identifies you, Alex Hawthorne, as the registered proprietor and captain of the Unreliable. Do you understand?
Captain Hawthorne of the Unreliable. I like it.
Thank you. I appreciate your cooperation. Best of luck in your search for a power regulator. Try to stay alive this time.
I wonder if there is like special dialogue for if you actually have the name Alexander Hawthorne. Let's show more spread speed. Extra speed is always...
If your equipment is in need of repair or modification...
Okay.
Say, this wouldn't happen to be your ship, would it? Because you sure walked in it like it was your ship. And if this ship is yours, well, ma'am, you owe Spacer's Choice a hefty fine. Afraid we gotta dock your pay.
I don't have a job.
I'll waive your fee since you helped us with those marauders. If you're looking for work, talk to the constable down at Edgewater. She's got a bounty on marauders. Edgewater's not too far. Just follow the road east of here, over past the cemetery. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to inspect the crime scene before I make my report.
Take care. The game is also, like, visually amazing.
Don't go ambling out in those hills. That's marauder territory, friend.
Just passing through.
Ain't safe out here. You'd best head into town. Avail yourself of Edgewater's high walls. And low prices.
Nice to meet you. I'm Alexander Hawthorne, the captain of the Reliable.
Pleased to make your acquaintanceship. I'd shake your hand, but I've been hauling corpses. You don't want none of that on you. Name's Silas. Junior in humor for the town of Edgewater. We're all part of the Spacer's Choice family.
Junior in Humor. Fancy title for a gravedigger.
Hey, I earned that fancy title. Started off a lowly junior gravesite builder, then junior interment engineer. Oh, and I was a junior burial assistant for a time.
You seem a little old to be a junior or anything.
The rate I've been working, I'm bound to earn a promotion. Must be about 50, 60 burials away from associate in humor.
Who did I talk to about a power regulator?
Definitely not the junior in humor, that's for sure. If you've got business inquiries, you should stop by Reed Thompson's office. He's up in the tower above the cannery. Head into town, follow the road. Look, you obviously ain't a worker. What's your racket? You a smuggler? Freelancer?
Depends on the work. You offering one?
Edgewater is a company town, board-owned and operated. That includes the cemetery. None of us own our grave sites. We rent them from the company. Renting means money. Money means paperwork. Paperwork means signatures. Some of our families become a mite delinquent in paying their dues, you see?
You're making people pay for their own graves.
Company policy. If it was up to me, I'd put the whole town 10 feet under, free of charge.
I love the game's humor. Alright. I'll collect the fees for you.
4 workers still haven't paid up. Phyllis, Conrad, Ludwig, and Martin Abernathy. He's a special case. You may want to twist his arm a little.
Why is he a special case?
He just is. Look, I don't want to get into it. Just make sure he pays up.
Where can I find these people?
Conrad's got a barbershop in town. Phyllis works at the cannery most hours. Abernathy... I ain't seen him in a few days. His domicile is near the cannery. You'll find him in town. All except Ludwig, that is. He's over by the landing pad.
Well, I'll get those fees for you. It's not the best choice. It's Spacer's Choice. Employment community. Lovely, because we all know how company towns worked out.
Wish we had some better rations.
Welcome to the Spacer's Choice Constabulary. We are Halcyon's leading brand in frontier justice. The office is writing up promotion. Purchase 3 criminal investigations and the 4th one's free.
If you need any help with your marauder problem, I'm for hire.
As a Spacer's Choice constable, I am authorized to grant you legal authority toward apprehending wanted criminals. Know how to carry yourself in a fight? I've got bounties out for these 3 marauders. Cross them off and bring me their fingers. Just 1 per marauder, please. I'll dust off the old fingerprint roller.
Sure.
A friend of mine died a couple weeks back. Still ain't past it.
That's the way it goes, I suppose.
Yes, Mr. Thompson. I'm fine, Mr. Thompson. Never been healthier. Whoa, did Mr. Thompson send you? Well, you tell Mr. Thompson I'll be right at my post. Tomorrow. Bright and early tomorrow. Because I'm definitely not plagued. As spry as a spring chicken. That's old Abernathy.
You want to tell me what's gotten you so nervous?
You some sort of wandering alienist? Walking into a man's own domicile, pestering him about his mental state?
Mom, I'm here to collect your gravesite fees.
Silas knows, doesn't he? That's why he sent you. That's why he wants me to pay up. He knows.
Knows what?
I'm dying. I'm not long for this world. The date of my expiration is fast approaching. And soon I shall be ushered through the great cannery in the skies. It's plague. Has to be. Silas knows. He knows I got one foot in my grave, and now he wants to charge me for the other one.
I'm sorry to hear that.
You are? Oh, wow. First time anyone's ever told me that. I'll pay your fees. I don't want any trouble from Silas. But if you could see a way to freelancing for me, I could really use the help.
Sure, I can help.
There's a cache of anthracillin tucked away in the old community center. Powerful stuff. Stronger than what we got, anyway. I need you to break in, nab that medicine, and bring it back to me.
Sure.
You oblige me with your haste. I think I feel the plague spreading. Oh, Lord, it's in my spleen now. I can feel it.
Should I know anything about the community center?
Just keep your head down when you're in there. Marauders have taken over. Probably tracking mud all over the archives.
Well, I'll leave you be. Good luck to you.
You're making a mistake working for Abernathy.
Uh-huh.
Excuse me. I'm Esther Blaine, Spacer's Choice Actuary. I overheard your talk with Abernathy. I hope you're not thinking about getting him that medicine. Abernathy is a well-known hypochondriac. Anthracillin is wasted on him. You're better off selling it to me instead.
It's got symptoms of something. You're saying it's psychosomatic?
All I'm saying is Abernathy's worked in this town longer than some of us been alive. How do I put this gently? He's got a lot of cobwebs up in his attic.
What do you need it for?
I probably shouldn't tell you. Don't want you implicated for what I'm trying to do.
Not being worried about that.
Alright, here's a summary. A lot of sick people in this town, and we don't have the medicine to treat them all. Can't reach out to corporate without crossing a river of red tape, so I'm reaching out to you.
I get it, you need someone to smuggle you medicine on the table.
Something like that. Look, I'm not in the habit of law breaking, but sometimes you've got to do the wrong thing for the right reasons.
I'm thinking about it.
That's all I can ask of you.
Aye.
Had your rations yet?
Hello.
Please don't touch anything. Your hands are probably crawling with germs. Physical hygiene recapitulates moral hygiene. Cleanliness is next to lawfulness.
Do haircuts usually come with free lectures?
We don't believe in free anything here in Edgewater. We're a Spacer's Choice company. I'm Conrad. You will report to me if your hair fails to meet Spacer's Choice aesthetic standards. You will also report to me in the event of your death, whereupon I will clean and prepare your remains for interment.
Oh, Silas sent me to collect your dues.
Ah, gravesite fees. Silas and I had talked about this at length. I thought I'd made it clear my pecuniary situation precludes the necessary restitutions.
You mean you're broke?
As broke as pie crust, friend. Bitless, indigent, destitute. I simply cannot afford it. I am a blemish on the prosperity of our fair settlement. When I expire, I expect Silas to toss my body into a ditch.
Don't be so hard on yourself.
I have to be, if only to prepare myself for my inevitable dressing down at the hands of corporate. Tell Silas I can't afford to pay, and that I fully expect to have my medical rights revoked for this dereliction. With my apologies.
Medical rights?
Some time ago, I fell ill with the plague. By the grace of the law, and through my own hard work, I'd proven worthy of treatment. Frankly, I don't imagine I'll earn that right a second time. The barber work hasn't been profitable, you see. I've had to keep this old place running with my own savings.
You can just give him an IOU.
Not a bad idea. But I'd need some kind of collateral. My pair of lucky clippers. No, that won't do. Your idea intrigues me, but I'm afraid I don't have anything to give Silas. I'm open to suggestions.
I'll let you know if I think of anything.
Much obliged.
Receptionist shot himself. Company's gonna have to call what it is. Destruction of property. Eugene was an asset, and everybody has to pay his body price. It's gonna ruin us, so I was thinking about pawning off his teeth. Eugene had his full set of gold teeth. Heirlooms. That sounds good.
What can I do for you?
You sound like you had some training. You know a thing or two about medicine?
Oh? Am I in the company of a fellow doctor?
You are. Well, if you use the term doctor relatively loosely.
I am a Spacer's Choice certified surgeon. And if you must know, I can stitch a severed thumb with a 58% chance of avoiding gangrene.
Look, I know about Eugene. Why not use his teeth for collateral damage?
You know about Eugene? How?
I found a note from Phyllis.
Then, you know Phyllis suggested selling off Eugene's gold teeth. I didn't approve of the idea then, and I don't approve of it now. Eugene's golden teeth were a family heirloom, representing 3 generations of poor dental hygiene. He took them to his grave.
I'm sure he won't miss them.
That's unthinkable. Eugene's body and all rare earth minerals contained therein are solely the property of Spacer's Choice. I can't ask Silas to dig up a man's body and pry a few teeth loose from his jaw just to pay my bills. Can I?
You're going to have to.
Yes, I suppose I must. Here you are. Gravesite papers affixed with my signature and an IOU.
Goodbye. Oh, that takes care of your debt. Hello.
You the new worker? Whatever. Make it quick, Tenderfoot. I'm busy.
Gravesite fees. I'm here to collect.
Shit. Silas still on about that? Here, take the fees. I'd appreciate it if you didn't tell Reed I was late on my payment.
These papers aren't signed in your name.
Because they're not my fees and not my gravesite. Guy I worked with shot himself. I paid the bill.
That's kind of you, I guess.
I could do without the sarcasm. Wasn't acting out of the goodness of my heart. Law requires delinquent gravesite fees to be paid by the deceased party's closest living relative, which meant me. Shame, though. Eugene was a good worker.
You said this guy shot himself.
Woke up one morning and put a round through his upper story. Can't imagine why. The kid was doing all right at his desk. We all thought he was an upstanding receptionist. Just between the two of us, I'm pretty shocked his weapon didn't misfire. Spacer's Choice handguns aren't the most reliable.
Must be tough losing family.
Eugene wasn't family.
He said he was his closest living relative.
Yeah, I was the closest living person relative to his body at time of death. I'm the one who found him, you see, so I pay the fines. Suicide's a crime. The legal term is irreparable damage to company property. What Eugene did to himself was vandalism.
What are they gonna do? Arrest this corpse?
When one of your workers commits a crime, the entire town pays for it. In other words, Edgewater would have been penalized pretty hard. Whatever Eugene was worth as an asset, we would have had to pay out of pocket to Spacer's Choice.
He was a person, not an asset.
Well, excuse you. I'll have you know, Eugene was an asset to us all. May his atoms be commended to the law. All I know is Silas asked me for Eugene's gravesite fees, which means he was approved for burial, which means his papers went through, which means the town's in the clear. I'm just glad to put this whole ugly affair behind me. Eugene can rest his bones in peace, and the rest of us can get on with our own lives.
Well, then I'll let you to go back on with your own life. Now time to see Mayor McDonough. Choice. It's Spacer's choice. It's not the best choice. It's Spacer's.
Grease monkey, Argo.
I'm sorry, Mr. Thompson, sir. You asked why it's taking so long to fix. The answer's technical.
Don't apologize. Just try using small words for me.
The cans bust open in the oven because she's set to cook saltuna, which isn't what we've got. Mr. Thompson? I think there's someone here to see you.
Focus, Miss Holcomb. You and I are still talking. Let's start over. Walk me through the process. Show me where it's going awry.
Well, sure. It's, mostly on account of what we're feeding into the mechanism.
It puts food in cans. We have food, we have cans. Why won't it work like we need?
She's expecting saltuna of a certain size. We're filling the cans with, well, not fish.
Seems we've got a guest. Really now, Parvati, I do wish you'd spoken up.
She did.
I do apologize. I was given no forewarning of your arrival, or I might have welcomed you at the gates myself.
Are you Reed? I was told I should talk to you.
I'm Reed Thompson, Outpost Administrator. I cannot help but notice you are not in uniform.
I don't work for Spacer's Choice.
Of course not. I don't have that kind of luck. Seems I allowed my excitement to run away with my wits. Been a few seasons since we've had a visitor pass through.
My ship needs repairs. I need your power regulator.
Only regulator we've got is hooked up to the town transformer. Mr. Thompson ain't liable to be keen on dismantling it.
I beg your pardon. I am most emphatically not keen on any such thing. I can't let you have our power regulator. But I happen to know of another one. And I happen to know exactly how you may retrieve it without frying yourself in the process.
Well, let's hear it.
There's a power regulator in the old botanical lab. It's mostly abandoned, so all that power is being squandered. Go down to the geothermal plant. Reroute power from the botanical district over to us. Once their power's shut down, you can have their regulator and be along on your way.
When you say mostly abandoned, what do you mean?
I was not entirely sure how to tell you this. The botanical labs are not legally inhabited, but there are people who live there.
What a surprise. I never would have guessed.
I am not trying to pull one over on you, friend. You were bound to run into them sooner or later. The people living in the botanical labs, they're deserters. Former workers. I need them back at their posts. I need them to come home.
Why?
Edgewater is struggling. We haven't hit our production quota in years. If we don't meet our quotas this year, the company might shut us down for good. I need those workers back at their stations.
I've seen Edgewater. I don't blame those workers for walking out.
Neither do I. The fault was entirely mine. I pushed them too hard. My hope is that by cutting off their power, you will convince those deserters to come back to town. Before you go to the plant, I want you to stop by the botanical lab. Speak to their leader, Adelaide. Tell her the power's about to go. and that it's time her band of deserters came back to town.
I can't make any promises.
Of course, I understand completely. Here, let me give you the passcode to the geothermal plant. A sign of good faith, for so politely listening to me as I ramble on.
Are you setting off for the Vale? Because I know my way around. I mean, in case you want a guide. I mean, if that's all right with you, Mr. Thompson. Sir.
I hesitate to part ways with Miss Holcomb, but I cannot deny that she is talented, and may prove useful to you.
Sure, I could use the company.
Great! I got my wrenches and diagnosticators and hairpins and engine tape, so I'm all set.
Well, I am glad to hear that. Best of luck to you, and thank you again for your help. It is a lot to ask of a stranger, I know.
Well, let's get going, Pavarti. It's not the best choice. It's Spacer's choice.
Hey, ma'am, can we talk? Sorry.
What's up?
Sorry. You just want to get out of here. And you likely don't want to tag along like me. It's just, Mr. Thompson has his own view on matters, on account of it's his job and what all, but that's not the only side of the tale.
Is this about the deserters? So what's the other side of it?
To Mr. Thompson, a person's a gear. It does its job quiet-like. If it squeaks or stutters, it gets replaced. The deserters are decent folk. I knew some of them before they left.
I can't blame anybody for wanting to leave. This town's got issues.
Life's hard here. Especially for them that don't fit in so well. We're one big Spacer's Choice family, but every family's got the one the rest whisper about. Mr. Thompson's aiming to take away their power. They'll have no lights to see, nor heat to cook. They'll be at the mercy of marauders, or worse. I think you should talk to the town's vicar about it. Max, his name is.
It won't hurt. We can talk to him.
Thanks, ma'am. I just think when you gotta make a decision that'll hurt somebody, it's best to think on the right and wrong of it. That's what my dad used to say anyways.
Sure.
Sorry.
I've always felt weird in here. It's too clean.
Yes, what is it? You're an outsider. Fantastic. Vicar Maximilian de Soto at your service. Or Vicar Max, if you're the sort who prefers brevity. And Ms. Holcomb as well. How rare to see you out. And with a complete stranger. Curious.
Just tagging along, Vicar de Soto. Don't mind me.
I so rarely get new people to talk to. Name your poison, anything at all. Spiritual counseling, this season's tossball predictions, the quickest way out of town.
Pavarti wanted to talk to you about what Reed asked us to do.
What? I thought you would talk to him.
You wanted to speak to me, Ms. Holcomb? Every time I've tried to engage you in conversation, you look at the floor, answer in single words, and slink away. I can't imagine what would be so grave as to drive her to my mission. What has Mr. Thompson asked you to do?
Cut the power off to Adelaide's deserters.
Depriving them of safety from the marauders and wildlife. I can see why that troubles you. Miss Holcomb has a soft heart. Always has, if you believe the talk.
Well, what do you advise?
Assuming your goal is to save as many as possible, then you should bring everyone together. Send the power to Edgewater and convince the deserters to return to the fold.
Right. Just talk everybody into coming together. I'll keep that in mind.
If it were as easy as a few soothing words in the right ears, I'm sure it would have been done already. Consider it a challenge. If you don't mind a bit of unsolicited advice, be cautious on your way to the geothermal plant. It is not as safe as you might assume.
And why is that?
One of the reasons I transferred here was to fulfill my duty in hunting down banned heretical texts. I happen to know such a book is, as we speak, tainting a collector's library in Emerald Vale. However, the collector's residence lies outside the town's walls. My retrieval efforts have been thwarted by marauders who have overrun the property. Should you fare better than me, I'd pay a handsome sum for the book.
Why would a vicar need a banned heretical book?
I just want to keep the writing out of layman's hands. It wouldn't do for such information to fall into public consumption.
I need to know a bit more about the book before I agree to it.
It's a handwritten journal. A faded blue cover with the name M. Bakonu handwritten in the lower corner. I'll mark where I saw it on your map. Assuming you're serious? It is not only a beautiful relic of a bygone time, it's also the thoughts of an early thinker on the nature of man's place in the cosmos. Not many in this colony could understand its true value, should they ever read it.
I'll look for your book.
Thank you. If you retrieve it, you can always find me here.
Let's see here. What do we want to do? Believe Marie's message. Go down. Cache of medicine. The fingers. Sure, we can grab the book, but let's find Ludwig first. Talk to him. Get his gravesite fees. Because I assume we want to get as much out of this place before we... Assuming that we take away their power. Good. Give it to the deserters. Oh, well, nice.
When I was little, we'd get freighters in every Sunday noon. Now they only come but once a month. Hello.
Thank the law. I've been requisitioning backup for months. Guess the boss finally came to his senses. You ever swung a truncheon? Let me see your rifling stance. I want to make sure you're up to snuff.
What are you babbling on about?
The war. The coming apocalypse. Man versus machine. I'm talking about mechanical soldier. Cold, heartless automatons made of iron and lies.
Yeah. Gotta watch out for those mechanicals.
That's right. That's what I've been saying. We gotta square our shoulders and stand ever vigilant. Auto-mechanicals. Creatures forged in the fires of malevolence. I seen them over by the old power plant. Clattering about, firing at the birds, orchestrating their uprising. When the swarms of mechanicals come clanging on over that hill, where will you be? cowering beneath your cot, or standing shoulder to shoulder with the Resistance?
Silas sent me. You owe him his gravesite fees.
I told Silas I'd pay my dues if he agreed to join the Resistance. Guess this means he's finally heard the calling.
Sure. We kind of said that you can't pick, like, failed option, like, failed skill options. Well, if your Resistance needs another gun, I'm for hire.
I've been gathering up a war chest over the years. Saltuna cans, mostly. Some Spacer's chaw. A few bit carts. I'll reward you for your aid.
Well, proper armories pay enlistment fees.
Enlistment fees? Yeah, I suppose. Wouldn't want to give the Resistance a bad name.
What do you need done?
They have sent a scout, prowling around the junkyard just behind our beloved town. This scout must not be permitted to return to its base of operations. Cross it off, then report back.
Sure. I could use a couple pointers.
Mechanical's got a weak spot in their midsections. I think the technical term is, the blue glowy square thing.
Thank you. I'll look out for this blue glowy square thing.
You know it. Bet I could fix him up smart.
Searching for repair bay. Error. Navigation systems failed. Unable to comply.
I could probably fix that. I mean, if you wanted me to.
I can do it myself, actually.
That's not bad work, ma'am. You done this before?
Yeah.
Navigation systems operational. Optimal path toward repair bay detected. Initiating self-diagnostics.
Good luck, I guess.
Self-diagnostics initiated. Please do not disturb. Self-diagnostics initiated. Please do not disturb.
Kind of shame that Pavarti didn't name him. If only. What do we need to do? Actually, there's a lot we could do.
Here we go!
And that was just neat. Well then. I guess we do get our second shot, and we can have Pavarti actually repair him this time. Since she offered.
Aw, he ain't no threat. Bet I could fix him up smart.
Searching for repair bay. Error. Navigation systems failed. Unable to comply.
I could probably fix that. I mean, if you wanted me to.
Go right ahead.
Yep, I see the problem. His nav mod got dislodged. Must have taken a tumble. Just gotta give it a good push and wait for the click. There we go. Jeremy's good as new. Well, new by Spacer's Choice standards anyhow. His name's Jeremy, by the by.
Navigation systems operational. Optimal path toward repair bay detected. Initiating self-diagnostics.
Pavarti, what did you name the mechanical?
on account of I fixed him. And he's Jeremy on account of his helmet. It's like Jeremy, the officer in True Romantic Tales of the Space Guard.
Is that an Aetherwave serial or something?
Hebs Shirley. I make a point to watch every Tuesday night. Be more careful out there, Jeremy.
I love Bavardi. Hello. What's in here? Oh, I am not gonna... Well, if that's a criminal activity, I probably don't want to do that. At least not yet.
All together. Nice one. The last of them.
Analysis. Brilliant mechanic with a heart of gold. Wait. Connoisseur of Halcyon's trashiest cereal. I actually never noticed that before. Nice. I don't have a bypass thing. I thought I did now. This does seem to be a bit of a problem. Let's see here. That's a cool helmet. Again, shame that we can't see in, yeah, we already went through that. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun.
Easy.
Even the music box. Was that a chef hat? Hmm. Two-handed melee. Actually, yeah, why two-handed melee and not a one-handed for like a kitchen knife?
Gosh, that's clever.
Well, thank you. An actual prepper assault rifle. Unlike Spacer's Choice.
Got it. Inside voices.
Didn't we miss the journal? No, it's over there. Eh. We can grab the medicine while we're here.
Don't mess with us.
Not the best choice. It's Spacer's Choice. I'm gonna need an energy weapon soon. Also, the first science weapon eventually as well. Still have the second floor to go to.
Nice.
I wonder if this...
Nice one.
I don't think that was worthy of a nice one. But thank you, Pavarti. '28th annual Toss Ball Series. Dun, dun, dun. Let's go play. Let's go pay Mr. Bokonu. Oh, not really Bokonu, but whoever has the journal visit now. Oh, one of them has a big gun. Hi. Yeah, we're doing well. I'm not really liking the Space Choice shotgun. Oh, Jeeper. Get back down there. It's all well and good, but... Escape by the river. Yeah, sure. Better walk at speed. And that's just past the geothermal plant, so we probably just want to go talk and deliver that message. Maybe kill some raiders along the way. Oh, sorry, marauders. 9 armor versus 3. Sure. Look very raidery, but maraudery, but that's perfectly fine.
Move along, stranger. We don't want any trouble. I don't know you. Whatever you're looking for, it ain't here.
I don't know you either. Looking for Adeline.
Answers, huh? You must be one of those philosophicals. Already got ourselves one of those.
Reed said that some of his former work about his former workers living out in the wilderness.
Yeah, that's us. And you can tell Thompson we're doing just fine by ourselves. If you're gonna start wandering around my camp, know that I got my sights on you.
Well, where can I find Adeline?
Over in the hothouse, tending crop. Enough with the questions. No offense, but I've got a lot on my mind.
I hate to ask another question about trouble with marauders.
You don't know what enough with the questions means? No, I'm sorry. That was unworthy of me. Lady named Zoe went missing some nights ago. Just up and vanished without a trace. Now I'm pacing around wondering if marauders got to her.
I'll keep an eye out.
It's not like Zoe to go wandering. Figured she might be out scavenging, but that ain't exactly her talent. Can't imagine where she's gone. Vale's a wide place. She could be anywhere.
Unless marauders got her. Don't worry. I'll find her.
Appreciate it. Honest.
Where have you been? I think I'm gonna go to the restroom real quick. I'll be RB.
So what's the plan?
Hello, I'm back. Let's see here. Hey.
If you're hungry, there's meat turning on the spit outside. If you're bearing illness, find a place to lay your head down and I'll fetch you a poultice. Whatever your troubles with Edgewater, leave them at the gates and be welcomed here. Any questions, dear?
You must be Adeline.
I have been called that, among other things. Green Thumb, grandmother, the strange old lady who keeps flowers. But yes, Adelaide will do just fine.
Excuse me, Miss McDevitt? Sorry, it's just... You got such pretty trees in here.
Why, thank you. You're Robert's girl, aren't you? I remember when you were but a sprout. Thomas speaks of you often. Are you staying long? You should try some of my tobaccorn tea. I brew it in an old spittoon, but it's been cleaned.
Looks like you made a home of yourselves here.
A home for anyone who's ever turned their backs on Edgewater. A home for those of us with nowhere left to go and nothing to lose. So, like the spores of the puffball, cast on the wind and alighting on fresh soil, we put down new roots.
Why did you leave your old home?
It is an unpleasant story, dear. But the short of it is that sometimes one wakes up and realizes the place that was once her home for much of her life has changed. The home in which we spent our lives has left us behind, and so we must move on. And that is as much as I will say on the subject.
Well, I hate to probe more, but Reed sent me to make peace with you.
Reed Thompson? You here on behalf of that cold-eyed reptile? Let's hear it. What's Reed's idea of peace, then?
Reed asked you to consider coming back to town. He's willing to make amends.
Make amends? Spare me. Only thing Reed knows how to make is a mess. Like everything else that comes out of Edgewater, that peace offering is canned. I and my own are living just fine out here by ourselves.
Reed asked me to divert your power over to him. He mentioned a geothermal plant.
He would do such a thing. The question is, why would you agree to his plans?
Your camp has a power regulator. I need it to repair my ship.
Cannery's got a regulator. You want ship parts, you ought to rip them out of the cannery's guts and leave us be. If you're going down to the plant, you should divert power away from Edgewater and toward our end of the grid. Think about it. You'd be liberating an entire town from a lifetime of service to that odious cannery. Seems the sort of thing a hero would do.
What do you have against the town?
You've seen that miserable excuse for a town with your own lamps. Hollowed out workers laboring their lives away at the cannery, living off whatever scraps Spacer's Choice throws them. You know that's true, don't you, Ms. Holcomb? Your father died of overwork. His heart gave out.
He was tired all the time, sure, but he was old, ma'am, and he raised me all by his lonesome.
Look what they did to this child. Lost her family to the company, and still she defends them.
I don't like you throwing that in her face to get me on your side.
I'm all right. I ain't so fragile.
That was unkind of me. I'm sorry, dear.
Let's say I help you. What happens to Edgewater?
Life in Edgewater grinds to a halt. The cannery shuts down, workers desert in droves, and our own little camp grows and thrives.
You think Reed's just trying to spite you?
You bring power to Reed's town and you'll be killing us. Reed knows it. He's counting on it.
I'll consider it.
I trust you will listen to your conscience.
Hmm. Probably should do what we can for the town first, though. This isn't Zoe's room. Nor is this place. Grenade launcher. Hmm. Oh, Zoe's room. Let's see. Take destinies into your own hand. Bands of wild, free-spirited bandits living in camps out in the hills. Let's see here. Taking away. Soul tuna. Junior's time too. Everybody loves it. Even Marauders, sorry. This is gonna be great. Bandit Queen, so. Hmm. Some people aren't even happy living here. Kind of sad that you can only have one quest active at a time. Does make tracking them a little bit more difficult.
Incoming!
That was just dumb of me. Deserters in our midst. Alright.
Hit him with something else!
Okay, sure. I don't think we can make companions carry anything. Hello.
Wow, you crossed them all off, like some sort of heroic accountant running down a list. Teach me your ways.
You sound confused or possibly unscrewed.
Only thing unscrewed around here is the head of that marauder you took down. Never seen moves like that outside my serial dramas. You, on the other hand, you were a sight to behold. If I had half your skills, I'd be the greatest outlaw the coast has ever seen.
I've been sent to find you.
Why? Adelaide wants me back on garden duty or something? Thanks, but I'm not going anywhere. This is where I belong.
I needed to clarify something for me.
I'm great at clarifying.
Are you a prisoner here?
No. I insinuated myself into their company, see? And they didn't seem to mind one whit.
I'm impressed. How did you pull it off?
I may have bartered them a few boxes of Adrena time, but yeah, I'm sure that's got nothing to do with it.
Why did you leave camp?
I got kicked out of Edgewater on account of falling sick with plague and stealing some medicine to treat myself. I'd heard some outlaws set up camp in the botanical labs. I decided to throw in with them, seeing as I always wanted to be an outlaw myself. Instead, what do I find? But a bunch of former workers camped out around a greenhouse. I couldn't just go back to the cannery, so I was stuck with them.
How are you even alive?
I don't know. The vital processes that constitute the miracle of life are mysterious and unknowable. Oh, you mean around these guys? The Marauders wouldn't hurt me. They love me. I'm practically their queen. Yeah, it must be my natural charisma.
Well, I'll be back. Shock cannon, now we're talking. Something that will probably be more fitting for this character.
That was quick.
So seems perfectly fine, living amongst marauders, but we need to find some way to convince her. I wonder if that's actually how it would look with a... Like, if you just took Earth with a planetary ring, is that actually what it would look like? Because if so, that would be fantastic, but maybe not.
What is it?
I have some questions about so.
I'll tell you what I can.
How well do you know her?
Well enough to know we never got on. Zoe and Stefan were close. If anybody knows the workings of her mind, he does.
He seems so personable. Can't imagine how you didn't get along with her.
She was lazy and thoughtless, but she's still one of our own.
Oh, let's change the subject.
What is it?
I'll go check out the other guy. Stefan, I believe she said. You know, Stefan. Excuse me. Oh yeah, Pavardi. Oh, I guess I forgot you can't have someone unequip a helmet after equipping. Alright. Hello.
You hungry? We got canid ribs, canid flank, canid snout too.
A lot of canid.
Something I can help you with? You mean Zoe? Yeah, we were pretty close. Not like her to go loping off.
Was she acting strange before she disappeared?
Can't say I recall Zoe ever acting strange. Well, except for her habit of writing things down on scraps of paper. She called it journaling, but I think it's just plain odd. You sound like some type of corporate fixer asking all these questions.
What happened the day she disappeared?
Zoe and I were gonna watch the serials, as is our custom. She never turned up. I looked around, but she was nowhere to be found.
Well, tell me a little bit about her.
Zoe was always obsessed with this serial. Masked Marketeer. A scion of Byzantium turns to banditry and teaches his marauder companions the wisdom of free market economics. Shame she up and vanished when she did. I had a surprise lined up for her.
What were you gonna surprise her?
The other day I got my hands on a genuine copy of the latest Masked Marketeer. I was gonna surprise Zoe with it, but she was gone the next day.
Any chance you can lend me that copy?
Not much of a chance, no. Mind if I ask why you're interested?
She's living with marauders nearby. I need something to tempt her back to camp.
Zoe's living with marauders?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that sounds like the sort of sideways, brat-brained plan Zoe'd come up with. Yeah, it could be you're telling the truth. Or maybe you're trying to wheedle me into relinquishing my only copy of the Masked Marketeer. It's a collector's edition after all.
Look at my face. Do I look like I give a damn about the show?
Yeah, you're probably right. A true fan would have displayed a gleam in their eye upon hearing the words Collector's Edition. Here you go. Latest copy of the Masked Marketeer. Tell Zoe we're all waiting on her.
Will do. See you around. So glad I picked up all those movement speed perks. Makes a lot of this backtracking very, well, quick, easy, simple. Hello, Zoe.
Ever consider the marauder life? It's pretty sweet.
So, you know, everyone around you is dead. I don't think it's pretty sweet after all. Stefan told me about your favorite cereal.
So you tracked me down just to gab about the Masked Marketeer? I am impressed.
Stefan wanted to watch this with you.
I see what's going on here. I'm being bribed. Well, it's working. I can't say no to my favorite cereal. I'll take my stuff and head on back, I suppose. Grace is gonna be glaring knives at me, so I've got that to look forward to.
Well, see you back at camp then. We got that settled. The weapon is quite shocking. Hey.
What is it?
Talk to her to getting back.
We didn't always get along, but I'm glad to know she's safe. What happened, anyway?
She joined up with a band of marauders. They hadn't hurt her.
Zoe joined up with a band of marauders. Zoe. The same Zoe who doesn't know a barrel from a trigger. Well, I've heard stranger things. You pretty much did my job for me. Least I could do is pay you for your trouble. Let me know if I can do something for you.
Well, I'll get back to you then. Next up is the journal. There's also... yeah, there's also, some figures we gotta collect. Deserters are now agreeable. Oh, awesome bolter pistol. Just what we needed. Huh, I guess we did kill him. Heavy weapons +5 and stealth -5. Add to the there. Through to here. 3. And sure, let's add 2 to here. Party, you have a companion perk. Sure, extra engineering. I'll just break this down. I broke down the good helmet. Oopsie. Not breaking down the chef's hat, though. Oh, sucks, but what are you gonna do? Constable Rays, Birdie, Doc Mabel. Making our way downtown, moving fast. I don't know the words to the song, cause I don't really listen to that many songs all the way through and memorize the lyrics. I can't imagine anybody who does. Hello.
That's the last of them.
Well, that was relatively easy. Light on a stick. It was so nice of them to just pile up in that bottleneck. Another shot cannon. Let's see. Digits is over there. Journal. Manual. Looks like the manual's on its way. So we get the manual first, and then we get the other finger. Simple as that.
You're fast.
Thank you. And now we got that journal. We can leave those primals alone.
Here we go.
Oh, out of ammo. Yeah, you're Bavardi. Thought you were a Marauder for a second.
That's the last of them.
Yep. Keeping blood on a stick the way it is. Because I plan to put that in my collection because I cannot, for the life of me, sell legendary stuff on any character.
Hey, that's impressive.
Even if I never use it. I don't know, there's a weird collector's drive there. Or, well, maybe not legendary, but named stuff. It made Borderlands 3 kind of awkward sometimes because that game has a lot of named weapons at all levels. Or at least the bits that I played of Borderlands 3. Silas, I got those gravesite fees for you.
Hey, Miss Parvati. Come for a visit?
Not today. Just helping this lady.
Lovely to see you about, Miss Parvati.
Things going all right, Silas?
Been keeping him careful and true, miss.
What are you talking about, Silas?
Best to ask her yourself.
My dad's buried here. Silas watches over him when I can't leave the house.
I'm sorry, Bavard.
Oh. Well, thanks.
Something I can do for you?
Well, about those fees you wanted.
You run into any trouble?
I'm done. Paperwork, fees, signatures.
Reliable work from a freelancer. That's gonna take some getting used to.
I went out of my way for you.
And I'll buy you a drink sometime.
I was hoping for something more tangible.
Suppose you've earned it. One good turn deserves another.
Abernathy was trying to hide his own illness.
Abernathy was sick? With the plague? That's disgusting. I shook hands with the guy.
He was convinced you knew.
What? No. If I knew he was sick, I would have had him reported. I needed his fees because of his name. A for Abernathy. He was at the top of my list, you see?
Well, that's it for now. Well, let's get this to finish soon.
I've never actually been in here. Seemed scary from the outside.
Yeah. Kind of is. I wonder if we can hide your helmet. There you go. Okay. Hello.
Something to report?
Give me a turn on a bounty.
We pay by the finger. What do you have for me? Gil Antrim. Real name, Guillaume. Duly processed by a freelancer on behalf of Spacer's Choice. I remember him. He was just a kid last I saw him. Shame. I'll just need your signature here, 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 and here. Got any more fingers for me?
Yeah.
Mabel Burgess. Age 37. Right or left-handed? Let's just say no longer applicable. I remember Doc Burgess. Conducted my physical every fiscal quarter. Guess she couldn't keep her hands off her patient's medicine. Still one outstanding bounty. If you've got a finger, I've got the paperwork.
Happy to give it. Birdie Con.
Here we are. Birdie Cotton. Cause of death. Let's just say overwhelming physical trauma.
I wouldn't say physical. This was more plasma damage.
Took over. Always was quick to remind us that we all get what we deserve in the end. Well, that's all three. I must remember to requisition some more fingerprint ink. Here's all the compensation you've earned, plus a bonus.
Well, thank you. Junior Deputy Constable.
You've done such a bang-up job hunting down our former workers that I thought it only proper to deputize you. Congratulations.
How did so many of your people end up Marauders?
Let me stop you there. It is official Spacer's Choice policy that all Marauders, regardless of prior affiliation to the Spacer's Choice brand, no longer qualify as our people.
It doesn't really answer my question.
Marauders are folk who lost the will to keep working, wandered out into the wilds and gave into their baser instincts. Not everyone's cut out to work in Edgewater. Some turn deserter, some turn marauder. None of them get my sympathy.
They seem to like Adrenatime.
Everybody likes Adrenatime. It is the finest medical drug ever developed by Spacer's Choice. Much better than that crap anti-Cleo pedals. Sure, a little too much Adrenatime can bring out the violent animal in you, but if overdosing on Adrenatime turns you into a lunatic, you have only yourself to blame. Says so right on the warning label. Violent psychosis is a well-documented and legally accounted for side effect of Adrenatime.
Well, that's all for now. Alright.
Been eating nothing but salt tuna for a year.
Abernathy's house. I can either give it to Abernathy or you.
I've got some time.
What do you do here?
Oh, I'm an actuary. That means I keep tabs on a worker's living expenses. How much it costs to feed, clothe, shelter, bury, and replace your average human worker. Technically, I'm employed by the Spacer's Choice Department of Human Resources.
I'll leave you be. Abernathy believes he's dying. Esther thinks that she can give it to people who actually need it. She believes he's a hypochondriac. Hey.
Oh, sweet merciful law. A marauder's in my domicile.
Take it easy. Not a marauder.
Oh, wait. It's just you. Yours killed me with fright. At least I know I ain't hallucinating. You need something?
I have that medicine you wanted.
Let's see it. Don't keep us waiting.
Esther tells me that you have a tendency to hypochondria.
I don't know what that means. Is that some sort of medical condition? Is my plague getting worse or something?
I don't know if you actually have the plague or not. Esther might actually know people who need it. But I don't want to take the chance. Here.
Sweet life-giving nostrum. The first hit's always the best. Scratched together all the bits I had around the domicile. It ain't as much as you deserve, but it's all I got.
I risk my life to save yours, Abernathy.
You're wringing the blood out of me. Here, you can have whatever's in my pockets.
I'll see you around. Probably a bad choice. But hey.
I've got some time.
Abernathy needed that medicine. I'd let him have it.
I can't say I'm pleased, but what's done is done.
Well, you took that surprisingly well. I'll leave you be. Hey, Vicar.
Any progress on that matter we discussed?
I got your book right here.
Wonderful. This is fantastic. Well worth all the sacrifices I... Wait. What the fuck is this? Is this French? I can't fucking read French. It's a law-forsaken joke is what it is. French. Ha! I was so high and mighty, preaching to the yokels about following the plan, while fighting it at every turn.
You're overreacting a bit, don't you think?
Overreacting? Do you have any idea how many years I spent in... No. You couldn't possibly know, could you? I've spent my life searching for the keys to unlocking the secrets of the universal equation that underlies the plan. I had hoped this book held some of those answers. I became so desperate, I even got myself assigned to this plague-ridden backwater to find the damn thing. All the time and suffering I've spent. Wasted.
What did you think the book held the secrets for what you were looking for?
Bokonu, the author, had some interesting theories about man's perception of reality that I thought could be applied to our attempts to decipher the plan. Unfortunately, he was also one of the founders of the Philosophist school of thought, so the book is banned in this colony.
What's a philosophist?
Philosophism's a false religion that stands in contradiction to almost everything we know to be true. They believe all is chaos, in stark contrast to OSI's belief in the plan. But most of the philosophist perversion of Bokonu's thoughts came more than a century after his death.
I think you're looking for a banned book. That's a bad example, doesn't it?
The story of my life. Most lay people are not aware of this, but we've not discovered any new insights into the plan for a long, long time. I had an idea that we should welcome the truth, no matter where we found it. I had the worse idea to share my thoughts with a superior. And that's how I ended up assigned prison duty, where I was fool enough to let an inmate bend my ear with stories of an original Bokonu journal. But that's neither here nor there. What I need to do now is to find a translator, obviously. But to do that, I'll first need to secure transport. You have a ship. Perhaps I could make myself of use to your crew.
Could be a beneficial arrangement. You need to ride out of town? I wouldn't mind a ship hand.
Certainly. I already gave you most of my money, but I can offer you free spiritual counseling, and I'd be happy to watch your back. I'm pretty handy with a tossball stick, or any blunt instrument, really. I'm also a passable gun hand, if it comes to that. I can usually talk my way out of conflict, though. Oh, I'm fairly competent at hacking computers as well.
Well, sounds good. Let's go.
Fantastic. Let me get my things in order, and I'll catch up with you.
Edgewater's gonna miss you. Folk here always had good things to say about their vicar.
Thank you, Ms. Holcomb. I'll be glad for the change of scenery, and to leave this place behind. I shall see you on the ship, Captain, whenever you're ready to leave Emerald Vale.
Sounds good. We'll have Vicar Max. We're gonna talk with Ludwig. But I wonder if we can talk with Thompson real quick first. He might have some more interesting things to say. Oh, hello.
My offer remains standing should you reconsider.
I want to talk to you about something.
Go ahead.
What makes you think I can convince those deserters to come back?
That you or not one of us may work to your advantage. Adelaide and her folk loathe the people of Edgewater, you see. I admit the fault was mine. I'm about as diplomatic as a bristling canid. I just hope Adelaide and her folk will see their way past my flaws and return to town.
Sometimes people move on. It's the way of things.
Scripture tells us we all have our purpose in the world. Our work shows us that purpose. We should not have to move on from it. Yes, we have lost good workers to desertion. We have lost even more to plague. But it is why we must square our shoulders and carry on.
You and Adeline have a personal history?
Losing Adelaide was the hardest. She was our only flavor specialist. When she walked away, I knew we were in trouble. Spacer's Choice Salt Tuna is renowned across the system for its quality flavors and additives. We used to sell citrus-flavored salt tuna in our heyday. Ever since Adelaide left, we have been reduced to selling unflavored and spearmint.
Well, let me ask you something else.
Go ahead.
You seem pretty fixed on bringing Adeline back to town.
Adelaide was our only flavor specialist. We are a salt tuna canning institution. Salt tuna without flavor is like a cysty pig without tumors, borderline inedible.
Do people eat anything other than salt tuna?
Were it up to me, friend, I'd stack our larders with salt tuna galore. No other brand of salt tuna adds as much vim or vigor to the body's humors. But, and this is something we must keep between the two of us, salt tuna is hard to come by, what with being a species indigenous to the seas of another world.
So why are you canning them here exactly?
Oh, we've scavenged together some organic material from the surrounding environs. Mostly organic, mostly local mushrooms. Some of which possess a texture akin to a well-boiled slab of salt tuna. The difference is all but impossible to detect to any but the prissiest of palate.
Well then,
Go ahead.
we need to have a word about this plague.
Can we not? Talking about unpleasant things always gets my bile up.
You must have some sort of treatment plan.
Show up to work, put in your hours, wear a smile. Problems of the body come from problems of the spirit. Work improves the spirit. And
Oh, it's just like today. You know what else fortifies the body against disease? Antibiotics.
And where do you suggest we find this magical panacea? Can we pan for medicine in the stream? Medicine is a rare and precious commodity. If you demonstrate you have earned the right to be treated, you will be treated. Otherwise, you must heal yourself.
You withhold medicine from your own workers.
If I had enough medicine to treat everyone who fell sick, I would, but I don't. I can't save everyone. So I have to choose.
If you really are limited, then that must not be easy.
It is not easy for me. And the moment it becomes easy is the moment I am no longer fit to serve. Spacer's Choice is a family. And the survival of the family is more important than the survival of the individual.
How long has this plague been happening?
That I cannot say. There was no moment when the plagues began. Disease always lurks on the fringes of society, waiting to infect the idle and the lethargic. But in the last 10 years, the plagues have become progressively worse and increasingly frequent.
You should have built immunity after repeated exposure to a single strain of contagion.
Corporate doesn't like us using the word should. It encourages the imagination. I believe plague is a test. It is a test of our loyalty and our fortitude. And it is one we will see through to the end.
I should go.
Go ahead.
Have you looked around town?
It is my job to keep two eyes on my town. I am the steward of this place, and this is my watch post.
The town is falling to pieces.
I wish you wouldn't say things like that.
Doesn't make it any less true.
I expect you wouldn't understand. You don't see the town as I do. When I stand at my window and look out over my town, here's what I see. I see decent, loyal, hard-working people. I see a family. We are all part of the Spacer's Choice family. We are all doing what we were brought into this world to do.
You're loyal to Spacer's Choice.
This is a Spacer's Choice town. We're all part of the Spacer's Choice family here. The company keeps us warm, keeps us fed, keeps us working. Loyalty's got nothing to do with it, friend. This is good old-fashioned gratitude.
I should go. Yeah. Hello, Ludwig.
Bring us honor, soldier.
You don't have to worry about the scout.
You beat that scout to scrap with its own legs? Pulled its optic cables out its head case? Actually, don't tell me. Rather use my imagination. You're a passing fair soldier, I will confess. But you are one, and the enemy is legion. What you need is an equalizer. A weapon to strike fear in their cold, mechanical hearts. Cantina, lavatory, behind one of the toilets. That's where I've kept it hidden all these years.
You hid your secret weapon on a lavatory.
Sharp, ain't it? The lavatory is the very last place a mechanical has need to enter.
I'll let you know if I find it.
On the double, soldier. Don't want the bartender poking around in there with a mop.
As you throw 3 and 2 guns. Lockpicks have 40 now, which is alright. Tech by 4 and stealth by 3. Yeah, that sounds good. Companion crit chance, tactical time dilation, fast travel while encumbered. Max. Actually, sure, more carrying capacity. I will say one thing about Outer Worlds, the initial perks aren't very fun. Not really. Mostly kind of meh.
Something got you down?
You're not a big drinker, are you?
Oh, yes, then.
The latest report?
Yeah, huh?
I noticed you mentioned your dad a lot, but never your mama.
That's on account of how I never met her.
You mean she's dead?
I don't rightly know. She was in another division of the Spacer's Choice family. She worked in the Vale a few months, sorting the cannery computers. Her contract said any kids she had, expected or not, belonged to her office from the time of conception. So when I was born, I got sent here.
You got along well with your dad. Might not have with your mother.
Could be. Reckon I'll never know.
We'll talk later.
Something you need?
Mentioned something earlier I
about
want
the
to talk
mission
about.
being too clean?
Isn't it supposed to be clean? It's a church.
I know, but Vicar says the universe is a machine, that it runs by law. Real machines have gunked up oil, scratches, and worn bits. You can tell they've seen handling, been used by folk. The machine Vicar sees is one ain't never been run. It's not for people to live in. It's something on a museum shelf, under glass.
I've been much for religion myself.
I think there's something higher and greater than us. But I don't feel it when I'm in the mission.
In the bar, yes, if I was a drinker.
Sorry. I know, it's none of my business.
I'm gonna guess you're not much of a drinker yourself.
Strong drink makes me sick. And it makes me real sad. I start thinking about things I oughtn't, and then... Well, never mind that. You got better things to think on. Sorry.
If you want to talk about it, I'm happy to listen.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said anything.
Well, then let's get back to it.
Almost lost a finger.
This is where the magic happens. Hey, that's... I mean, if you need it. Okay.
Let's talk about that. Magnum damage. Actually, DPM, RPM, magazine size. I'm sure we can put a zap mod on it. Plus 15 attack speed. And bolter pistol. We probably want to keep it plasma. Well, I think it's fine the way it is now. What are we gonna do here? Oh yeah, we want to talk to Ludwig. Hello.
Bring us honor, soldier.
Got the package.
Feast your eyes, soldier. This here is a genuine space. You ever want to see a mechanical flailing around like a grounded fish? Yes.
Alright. Sounds like fun.
Fun. This ain't some quarterly performance review, soldier. Ours is a grave and sacred duty. Time's come for you to journey down into the black heart of the enemy's camp. Unfortunately, the old plant line.
I already got a passcode from Reed.
I've been after a passcode for years. Boss said no on account of my gross incompetence with all matters related to security. I need you to get us the brain of a mechanical. Well, not exactly a brain. Anatomically speaking, what we're looking for is a logic module.
Seems simple enough.
If you die horribly, I will pour out a can of 0G to your memory.
I'll let you be. Well, guess we really have to go to a geothermal plant now. I think we're doing all right. Weapon parts of bracelet. I suppose we can just.
I wanted to poke around in here.
Well, now we have a chance. Oh, this is turning out pretty well for us. Oh, that was overall pretty easy. Disarm those security fences, and now we should be able to walk in and out rather freely. Yep.
The control room should be off to the right.
Alright.
I hope we're doing the right thing.
Here we go! Oh, look at us! Incoming! Nice one!
Okay. Redirect power. Warning. Safety failures detected. High likelihood of moderate to severe structural damage. Redirecting power is an irreversible procedure. Error. Power redirection function has failed. Manual override required. Please activate all electrical track switches. Well, guess we gotta find those electrical tracks then.
3 switches. That'll be easy enough.
Uh-huh. Only 3 switches. riot control helmet. Medical +5. Alright. Oh. It is a doctor's outfit from, melee weapon skills +3. Well, we don't have good enough, lockpicking. Well, thank you.
Processing.
Okay, here we go! Don't mess with us!
Got it. Inside voices.
Here we go! Nice one!
I don't know, I wouldn't really describe this weapon as a cannon. Oh, hey, it's Jeremy.
Self-diagnostics complete. Navigation systems operational. Combat systems operational. It's not the best choice. It's the spacer's choice.
You made it out of the junkyard.
All systems fully operational. Return journey successfully completed. Spacer's Choice would like to thank you for complying with your duties.
Why aren't you attacking me?
Hostile actions towards Spacer's Choice mechanics are contrary to logical directive. Conclusion: all hostile automechanicals must be defective in compliance with Spacer's Choice policy. All defective automechanicals must be permanently dismantled. Please allow me to assist.
Let me get it straight. You want to help me destroy the other mechanicals?
Affirmative. Mechanicide protocols loaded. Awaiting confirmation.
I just like how he says mechanicide. Confirmation granted. I like the sound of that. Light and Intimidate or Light and Medical? Does have more armor. Light stealth skills, like medium tech skills. I think we're fine with this for now. We just got a security office keycard, so I think we can just walk back here and open this up. Nice. Weapon parts, adrenal time, and logic module. time. Oh, first switch.
There's two more. What'll happen to Miss McDevitt's folk if we send power to the Vale?
I assume that they would die, probably. Well, maybe not die. Some of them might, as they try to make their way over.
Go away, Phantom!
Hello, Jeremy.
Away, Phantom!
Sounds like there's a person here, though.
Get away!
Hello.
You're not real! You're not real! Get away from me, Phantom! Shoot! Scram!
I wasn't trying to saddle you. Most people just don't see me coming.
Most people? But I'm the only one left. No. Remember your first rule, Higgins. No arguing with the Phantoms. See? See, Higgins? This is why you must always boil your sprats before ingesting.
You're not imagining me.
Of course. Do excuse me. I experience brief flashes of mania during which I am visited by the phantoms of my imagination. Chester D. Higgins. The D stands for definitely not insane. I use it as a reminder.
What do you do here?
Oh, Higgins has been many things over the years. Sprat Wrangler, Saltuna Critic, Aetherwave Personality, Chairman of the Board, Galactic Defender, Sisty Pig Tycoon. I've come a long way for someone who started off as a simple engineer right here in this plant.
I love that little smirk that he had. You were an engineer?
I specialized in automechanicals, drones, sentries, repaired them, maintained, upgraded, did it all from my old workroom just over in the next section.
Let's see here. Right, was this before or after you became a Sisty Pig Tycoon?
Oh, before. Definitely before. Sisty Pig Tycoonery was the apex of my long and storied career.
You must know a way to stop them.
Look, I don't want to fall into any trouble with the mechanicals. If they wise up to our plans, they will come for us. With prodding irons.
I can deal with the mechanicals. I'm here this far tonight.
You know, you remind me of myself back when I was an intergalactic adventurer. I discovered a flaw. Their hostility levels were hardwired to maximum. There's no changing that, but you could rewrite their targeting protocol so they attack each other instead.
Mechanicals follow the behavior of the logic module. Somebody tampered with it.
Yes, that's exactly it. I see you're also versed in the noble art of mechanical engineering. There's a behavior control terminal in the other room. It should have options to change how the mechanicals act, including whom they shoot at. Oh, that reminds me. You'll need my passcode to access the behavior control terminal. Here, let me just write it down for you.
Well, I'll just excuse myself then. Jeremy probably already wiped everything out, but we can reprogram them, just in case. Wrong way. There you go. Yeah, we can continue this way.
Nicely done.
Assist perform.
Mind the steam. You're liable to get scalded.
Right? You mean I make it?
Hello.
Incoming! We're pretty good at this. Down they go.
Okay. No more steam to worry about. Oh no, that isn't steam. That's smoke. Smoke from the smoke to robots roughing. And that's a long dead meme that I just decided to quote. Because I wanted to fill the air with something sad. Oh, another valve.
Want to go? If we send the power to Miss McDevitt, what happens to the mill?
Get ready.
Simple, the veil dies. We send it to McDevitt, veil dies. If we send it to the veil, Miss McDevitt dies. Well, okay, that's probably not exactly it, but still. It'll be a horrible process for anyone. Complacency or innovation. Should be the last one.
That's the last. I'm not sure what the ride is. All I know is the decision's final.
And should be over here.
Once we do this, there's no going back.
Alright.
Excuse me, ma'am. Look, I know you want your power regulator and all, but I just gotta ask you. Do you understand what you're about to do?
I wouldn't mind hearing your opinion.
I don't think you should cut off Edgewater's power. I think it would be cruel. I'm sorry. That just sort of came out all at once. Edgewater's hurting. We've been losing workers year after year, and corporate hardly ever sends replacements. There's barely enough Saltuna to fill our bellies anymore. But the town's got some good people in it. Decent, hard-working folk just living their lives the only way they know how. They don't deserve to be punished.
The deserves are a community. I can't destroy what they built.
Miss McDevitt's built something beautiful. Somehow she's talked the ground into giving life again. It's plain to see she's made the Vale a better place. Fed the hungry, tended the sick. Gave a home to those that had none. But Miss McDevitt delights in Edgewater's suffering. She wants to hurt the town. Do you really want to be party to that kind of hatred?
Well, I see your point. I'm gonna make my decision, though.
Sorry, I didn't mean to babble on like that. I felt like I had to say something.
I understand, and I appreciate it. I'm glad you did. I like hearing from you.
Really? I mean, wow. Thanks. No one's ever told me those words in that order.
I'm sorry, but McDevitt overall has a more sustainable community. Edgewater is gonna suffer, and some people may die along the way, but they do have a right to live free. Outside of Spacer's Choice's control. Well, I'm sure Ludwig will have plenty to say. Probably something involving those damn auto mechanicals. I'm sure everything is gonna be fine in Edgewater. Absolutely fine. Those red lights over there, that means nothing. Nothing to worry about. Completely safe. Bum, 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 bum. Hey, you still have your power.
Town's been dark a while now. Could be a mechanical trying to sabotage us.
Oh yes, that's probably it. Got your logic, Marshall.
Bang up work, soldier. You're a credit to your uniform. Oh, that reminds me. Gotta look into getting us a uniform. So this is it then. The key to humanity's victory over the mechanical hordes. I would reward you with the gratitude of the resistance, but I'm guessing you want something tactile. So here's a couple bits for your trouble, and a little something to remember me by.
Well, take care.
I put my whole life in that cannery.
You must be very proud.
Are we getting paid or not?
Any loss of productivity will be deducted from your pay. Oh, it's you. Reed told me I should be expecting you. He's inside.
Come on.
You're safer inside the wall.
You want to know what gets my bile churning? Edgewater has suffered a cavalcade of disasters. Plague, marauders, desertion. Then you wandered in town. And I was so damn sure our luck was starting to turn. I never knew how right I was. Just answer one question for me. Why'd you do it?
To teach you a lesson.
Is that right? I'm dying to hear this. Please, educate me.
Adelaide has the right idea. I had to make you see that.
Adelaide? Adelaide wants nothing more than to see this town suffer. To see me suffer. All you've done is satisfied her hatred. Whatever you were hoping to find down here, I advise you to turn around and leave. I have got guards posted with orders to fire on you.
What's gonna happen to Edgewater?
Edgewater's dead. Our cannery's dead. Adelaide's deserters are never coming back.
Good.
Spacer's Choice will shut us down before long. Some of us will die of illness by then. Some will move on. Some will starve. And as for me, I will tender my resignation, whereupon I shall be processed and then duly imprisoned for gross incompetence.
I'm sorry about all of this, Reed.
Apologies won't give us our lives back, but for what it's worth, I am sorry too.
I'm leaving.
Okay, gone quiet.
Okay, so they're just hostile.
Mine's playing tricks on me.
Yep. Well, didn't want to have to kill them, but hand was played. Three on those. Bring science up. I'm much more of a scientist than an engineer. Born into science. There you go. Cool, all your guts, read. Hey.
You and I have got nothing more to say.
Yeah.
How am I supposed to file a report with the power dead?
Edgewater's experiencing what we in the profession like to call a corner.
Hey.
Just as I was on the mend, the cannery had to go and shut down.
Sorry about that.
I know that. Reed would have wrote me up. Constable would have locked me up and wrote me up. Could have gone just...
Oh.
Cannery's dead. This is gonna
Power's gone. Law knows how long. Oh, I almost forgot. I'm contractually obligated to recite company slogans to any visitors. Plague got you feeling woozy? Get yourself boozy with Spacer's Choice.
Just feel like chatting.
Go ahead.
What if I told you I got shot into space by a crazy scientist?
I don't see how that's any of your business.
Nope. Wrong one. I guess not.
Will there be anything else?
What if I told you I got shot into space by a crazy scientist?
Ugh, is this the start of a joke? If you want me to laugh at your jokes, it's a 3-drink minimum.
I wish it was a joke. Honestly, I don't even know where I am.
Most folk forget where they're standing after a few drinks. Seems to me you've got a head start. Anyhow, whatever happens outside the walls is not my business. Only deserters and marauders wander out there, and I cannot tell you which I revile more. My world is these 4 walls, that door, and a row of mugs that need cleaning.
Sounds like you're afraid to go outside.
Let me make something clear. Spacer's Choice has been real good to me. The town's been real good to me. I start gallivanting around outside the walls, poking around in places I shouldn't be, learning things I've got no right to know, people will talk. Won't ever catch me asking about the world outside. Else the town's gonna say Amelia's gone soft. That Amelia's pondering desertion. I don't want that.
I think it's a mistake, living your life on everybody else's terms.
There you go with that thinking again. Didn't anyone ever tell you it's dangerous? I've said enough. People come here to drink their problems away. If they wanted to face their problems, they'd go see our vicar.
How's it go? Well, good luck to everyone.
Power's out, but I can't just leave my goods unattended. Don't suppose you'd care to do business?
Sure, we can trade.
Music to my ears.
Maxwell, for some reason you think this hammer should be silver. Has built-in extra rates for weak spots, but isn't well built. Okay. Sure, I'll buy it. Made for party. Let's give you Maxwell. My character. Let's switch out the two different shock sticks. This is slightly different. Alright. We can return to the unreliable now, but we'll see if the botanical lab has anything to say. They probably have some interesting things.
I've never seen the camp so lively.
Keep your wits about.
Well, yeah. Probably don't want to break into people's homes. I lied. Talk with you.
You hear that? That low, pleasant hum of electricity? It whispers across the veil like the winds of change. You've done well. I would have paid my last 5 bits to see the look on Reed's face when the last lamp in town burnt out and the cannery fell to silence.
You really have it in for Reed.
My son worked in that cannery. When the plague started coming, he was one of the first to fall sick. We had a store of medicine locked away, but Reed refused to treat him. Said my boy didn't deserve treatment. Said the medicine would have been wasted on him. So I buried my boy in the cemetery, gathered my belongings, and left. That's as much of the story as you need to hear.
Hate to tell you why I won't bring your son back.
Blunt as a hammer. But you're right. Nothing can undo the past. Time's come to look toward the future. We'll grow, I expect. A lot of workers out there with nowhere else to go.
You don't sound too pleased.
I don't look forward to turning folk away. Camp's gotta stay pure, though. Can't have corporate loyalists mixing with us, no matter how desperate they may be. I am curious. Why did you help us? You don't know who we are. You don't owe us a thing. The plant's crawling with mechanicals, so it stands to reason you risked your life.
Between your camp and Reed's cannery, I think yours is a better way of life.
You're not quite like anyone else I've met. You haven't had your consciousness programmed by the board. You're welcome among us if you're ever so inclined.
Well, alright.
Is this your ship? Oh my stars, she is just so handsome. Does she have a name yet? What's her drive model? Oh, gosh. Listen to me babbling. When I was in Edgewater, I dreamed of flying on a real ship, working on a real engine, belonging to a proper crew. Edgewater won't last another season without power, but that don't change the fact that I'm indentured to Spacer's Choice. Company expects me back at my post.
Those deserters left Edgewater behind. Nothing keeps you from doing the same.
I have imagined it, but until you came along, I never thought I had the choice. I want to ask you something, and you can say no. But can I come with you? I could tend to your engine. I know my G-valves from my catalyzers, and I can keep your ship singing. And if you ever need a pair of eyes watching your back, I can do that too. What do you think?
No, I'm glad to have you along. Big cabin. It's yours.
Yes! I mean, thanks. You won't regret this, ma'am. Captain. I can call you Captain now. Ha! I got a captain.
Hello, Victor.
Well, I certainly am looking forward to flying on a ship named the Unreliable. I'll just head upstairs and claim a room.
Go ahead.
Captain, I have detected that the town of Edgewater is now without power. I appreciate you doing your part to hasten their demise.
Thanks, Ada.
What can I do for you, Captain?
Very helpful. I have the power regulator.
Do you know how to install a power regulator?
Yeah, I know what I'm doing.
Outstanding, Captain. Your aptitude for engineering will prove invaluable in the event of another catastrophic engine failure. Our engine room is located behind you, across the cargo bay, up the ladders.
Hello, Ada.
What can I do for you, Captain?
Let's get out of here.
All systems are operating within acceptable parameters. I am prepared to bring the Unreliable into low-altitude orbit. This should prove an adequate test of our flight capabilities.
Let's get out of here. Against all odds, the Unreliable takes flight.
We have received a communication request from Dr. Phineas Wells.
Patch him through.
Aha, there you are. Hale and hearty, and captain of your own ship. I see you're putting the Unreliable to good use. Shame about her former captain. Horrible way to die. How are you feeling, by the way? I lost track of you in that cave back there. Experiencing any, unnatural drippage? Perfectly normal side effect of thawing, I assure you.
I've been feeling a little bit lightheaded. Also, I can slow down time.
Oh, that, yes, that's probably permanent. I wouldn't worry about it, though. I'm sure you're fine. What you saw in Emerald Vale is happening all across the colony. Food shortages, lack of supplies, and basic necessities. We're dying. The chairman, the minister, and all their lackeys on the board are to blame. The Hope has some of the brightest minds Earth ever sent us. If we can revive the Hope's colonists, they can help us undo the board's mistakes. They can help us set things right. You need to get to Stellar Bay on Monarch. I have contacts there. They'll help me, help us, find the chemicals to revive your fellow colonists. Gladys Culkelly, lovely woman, runs a cozy little black marketing outfit on the Groundbreaker. She can get you a nav key to land on Stellar Bay.
Or I could put a couple light years between me and Halcyon.
Without a skip drive, good luck. You'll be dead before you make it to the nearest star. Look, I admire your optimism, but the sad truth is you're stuck here. You, me, and the rest of this colony. We're all skating precariously around the edge of oblivion together. None of us are leaving Halcyon alive, so we may as well make it a better place. And we can start by reviving the Hope.
Fine. I'll go talk with Gladys.
Excellent. I'll send her a wireless. Let her know you're coming. By the way, I gave Captain Hawthorne a disguise apparatus of my own design, cutting-edge technology, years ahead of its time. I call it the Holographic Shroud. I'm sure it will prove remarkably useful to you. You'll find it in the captain's quarters.
I'll put it to good use. Thank you.
Excellent. I'll contact you once you've found a way to get to Stellar Bay. If you have any questions, come see me in my lab. And remember, don't trust the board. They'll try to win you over with promises of wealth and power, but it's a lie. The board's only interested in filling their own pockets. If we don't put a stop to them, they're going to run this colony to the ground.
Transmission ended. If you are ready to depart, please select a destination on your navigation terminal.
Got it. First things first. Holographic Shroud. And let's put the blad on a stick in there. So like the spores of the puffball cast on the wind and a lighting on fresh oil, we put down new roots. Adelaide. I very much love the little souvenirs that you get for missions. Honestly, that should be more of a thing. I think that should happen in more games. Hello, Friday. I think we don't need to tinker with them yet. However, Abandoned asteroid facility near the rings of Terra 2 repurposed for an experimental laboratory, living quarters, and hideout for Phineas, Vernon, and Wells. Yeah. Let's go visit our friend.
We've arrived at Phineas's orbital lab.
Negotiated with spreads for territory. Oh.
Hello? Can you hear me? Does this work?
Yeah.
Oh, damn it. Blast, that's loud. I'm just securing my ongoing experiments. And securing myself. Mind the mess. I haven't had a visitor since, in fact, I've never had a visitor.
That's about it. Hello.
Oh, thank the law. Your skin hasn't spontaneously changed color. Potential side effect of the revival process. Very rare, but you never know. Right. Welcome to my little habitation, such as it is. I've got caffeinoids, cysty bits, if you're into that sort of thing. So, welcome. Make yourself at home. My secret hideout is your secret hideout.
For what it's worth, I appreciate you pulling me out of the help.
Not at all, my intrepid accomplice. I should thank you for tolerating my somewhat brusque manner. I only regret that I couldn't save more of your fellow settlers, what with being hunted by the board, and emptying my supply of necessary chemicals.
I want to talk to you about something.
Of course. What's on your mind?
Is there a reason why you're hiding behind this glass?
Oh, it's not you. I do experiments in that room. Some of them get quite scientific. The unexpected is to be treasured, but from a safe distance. Regardless, it's quite comfortable in here, you know. I have my beans, have my caffeinoids, plenty of toilet paper.
Alright, got a moment to talk.
Absolutely. Let's talk.
Have you met my crew yet?
No, and I've been trying very hard to avoid making eye contact.
Nice to meet you, Dr. Wells. I'm Parvati Holcomb.
Wait, not another word. I don't want to know your name. I don't want to know who you are. Let's just enjoy our plausible deniability while it lasts, shall we? Why don't you just invite the entire colony to my secret, carefully concealed laboratory? It isn't as if I wanted privacy.
Relax. They're with me.
Oh, fine. As long as you're vouching for their character and they aren't touching things.
They won't.
For what it's worth, I am pleased that you found a crew, such as they are. You're a talented scientist, after all. Our kind has always been incredibly popular.
You're right. I am doing pretty well for myself, considering I just got shot out of a pod.
Yes, indeed. Well done. Also, you still haven't spontaneously liquefied, which pleases me immensely. Progress.
Let's talk about something else.
What's on your mind?
I'll be back. Science weapons. Science weapons are unique weapons that have strange or powerful effects. A science weapon damage and the strength of their effects both increase as your science skill increases.
Aha! I see you found my portable molecular compression device, better known as a shrink ray. Find a target, point, shoot. Your target will shrink down into a manageable size, whereupon you may commence beating them to a pulp. Feel free to try it on a marauder sometime.
I like this gun, although it doesn't seem to last long, but I assume that's gonna change as science increases.
Careful, that's my communications terminal. I hope you're not thinking of ingratiating yourself with the board. Chairman Rockwell and his cronies are not your friends.
I don't plan to.
They might tempt you with promises of wealth, but don't be fooled. They're just using you for their own ends. What's on your mind?
Hi. Oh. Oh. Let's get going. Find Gladys. Ba, ba, ba.
We've arrived at the groundbreaker.
Nothing.
You got a minute?
Sure.
Hey, Captain. I heard that Groundbreaker's got a real good engineer. A lady named Junlei Tennyson.
What about her?
I was thinking that maybe I ought to meet her. If you got time to swing us by, I mean. I don't got much experience fixing actual spaceships. I bet you a can of Borston beans she could teach me all manner of stuff.
Sure, we can head over to engineering now.
Thanks, Captain. I'll be sure to make it worth your time. Did you want to talk about something else?
No. How's it going?
Good luck, Captain.
Thank you, Ada. Yeah.
Smells like grease and unwashed bodies. Just as I remembered.
That's not the point. This halfwit just knocked out one of my workers.
Yeah, with a tossball stick. I heard you the first time. There weren't any witnesses.
No witnesses? He's not even denying it.
Jackass had it coming. Shut it, Felix. You're not making this any better.
You get chill with me again, you little backbait rat, I will toss you out of there.
This is the Groundbreaker, not Byzantium. You ain't the law here. I am. Now move along.
I don't have time for this. I need a drink.
Going for a stroll around the docking base?
Yeah. What's the argument on there?
Sure was. Got a knack for upsetting the board and the Mardettes all at once. Between you and me, I was hoping they'd come to fisticuffs.
So, what happened?
I had this foreman, right? Guy never liked me, always trying to get a rise out of me. But I keep my chin up, right? Be the bigger man, I tell myself. He's a Spacer's chosen man, though. So when the Chosen beat my Rangers the other night, my foreman comes swaggering up with his head full of boasting.
Oh boy.
Look, this was a long time coming. Guy thinks he can push me around because he's some sky-high foreman, and I'm just a back bay's dock worker. Well, former dock worker. Guess I just tendered my resignation.
Oh, got any plans?
Enjoy my freedom. Scrounged together enough bits for a 0G. Other than that, can't say as I do. Hey, not for nothing, but I saw you wander out of that ship over there by the dock. Wouldn't happen to be yours, would it?
That's me. Captain of the Unreliable.
Captain of the Unreliable. You're like something out of a serial drama. Hey, I don't want to talk your ears off, guessing you got places to be. I appreciate your time.
I haven't caught your name. I'm Athens.
Felix Millstone. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
See you around, Felix.
See you around, boss.
Customs and inspection, right this way.
Hello.
Identification, please.
Here you go.
Captain Hawthorne, you said.
Let me apologize in advance. I'm about to ruin your day. According to your ship's record, you've been flagged by the board. Your ship will be impounded until such a time as they see fit to lift it.
But we've hardly been out of Edgewater long enough to get in trouble.
Well, isn't this wonderful? The captain's done something to get on the board's bad side.
Now, hold on. This isn't the end of the world. Probably.
I take it back. I'm not Hawthorne. And that isn't my ship.
Oh, thank the law. I could use a diversion. Tell me more then. Really sell it to me.
Captain Hawthorne abducted me and made me work on a ship for free. I'm a prisoner. Help.
I like where this is headed. What happened to this, vile kidnapper?
He disappeared in the night.
You must feel terrific. Good for you.
So, you believe I'm not Hawthorne?
Not in the least. Good story, though.
So, I'm stuck here?
Not stuck, per se. You could always throw yourself out the airlock. Of course, then you'd find yourself with an exciting new problem.
I take it this happens a lot.
Just the opposite. The board knows we don't take kindly to their interfering in our operations here.
Surely this must be some sort of mix-up.
They must have a real big bee in their bonnets then. Everyone knows you don't trifle with Groundbreaker if you want to get your goods on time.
If I had to take a guess as to why, you probably riled up the wrong petty board bureaucrat. A man named Udom Bedford.
Great. I'll go talk to him and straighten this out.
You take the starch out of him, well, you won't hear any complaints from me. Oh, and if you're headed that way, would you mind doing me a favor?
Sure.
Wanda Dorset over in sick bay, tell her the shipment's not in yet. It's not coming in anytime soon, and if she'd be so obliged to get off my ass about it.
Got it.
Much appreciated. Is there anything else I can help you with?
Looking for someone named Gladys.
The fence. You'll find her in the rest and go, on your left when you enter the promenade. Make sure you bring an empty belly.
Well, you're pretty forthcoming about her being a fence. Where can I find a job around here?
Maybe. Most of the shipping traffic in the system passes through Groundbreaker. Every couple of months, we even get a big interstellar freighter. Two biggest operations are the board. That is, Halcyon Holdings and Sublight Salvage. But there are independent operators around the promenade deck. Most of those jobs are going to take you off station, though.
I'm looking for something a bit more local.
Commandant Sanita might have a couple of folks she needs killed. Bad folks, I mean. Not regular folks. She'll be at the security desk behind me. Chief Junlei might have an errand needs running. She's all tied up trying to fix our heat problem. You'll find her in engineering.
No kidding? I'd love to get a look at this old girl's innards. I bet they're real twisty and weird. In a good way.
Got it.
Happy to help. That's my job, after all.
You're real good at it, too.
Well, thank you, miss. It's nice to be recognized. Yep.
Can we move this along? I have a certain, matter I'd like to attend to, Captain.
Well, that's all I needed to know.
All right.
Well, can you tell me about Udon Bedford before I go to him?
He's friendly enough unless you speak ill of the board. Get the sense he doesn't care for Groundbreaker much. Not that he would, being a board man and all. He's our liaison.
So there's tension between the Groundbreaker and the board.
They can't abide an independent township, especially not one they gotta depend on. We're the first and last stop out of this colony. All their interstellar freighters come through us, and we skim a few bits off the top and manifest processing fees with every one. Folks around here will bluster that the board hates our freedom, but really, they know we can stop their out-system shipments anytime we like, and that terrifies them.
I'm glad it terrifies them. Keep pushing them.
It's a delicate balance, right? We could cancel their freighters' docking privileges in retaliation, but where'd that lead us? They got assault cruisers, gunships, and a handful of mining operations at their fingertips. We push them too hard, Maybe they decide we'd be better in 10 trillion little pieces. Or they cobble together a new groundbreaker and put us out of business.
The board wouldn't do that. Would they?
They very much would.
The board is necessary to provide order to the colony. They believe it's their prerogative to overrun you. But whether you allow that is up to you.
It's a tough line to walk, no doubt about that. But we may do all right. So far, anyway.
Thanks for the info.
Sure thing.
We'll see you around.
Be seeing you.
Hello.
Unless you're here to file an incident report or to inquire about the bounty posting, I must kindly ask you to clear out. The Mardet's offices aren't for leisure time, nor loitering.
What kind of bounties are available?
Got a hot one for you. Captain Gunnar McRed. Just 26 hours old. The posting, that is. Not the criminal. Allegations include several counts of flying under the influence, carrying open alcoholic containers, failure to pay docking fees, resisting arrest, and assaulting not one, but 2 officers.
I can't see why he's wanted dead or alive.
Dreadful, ain't it? Such blatant disregard for order. It's a real problem in the youth these days. It's true enough that he ain't particularly deadly, but the interest on each fine being compounded as they are means he'll be paying with his life insurance. Only way to cover it. Last tip we got pointed toward the back bays. You want the reward? Do the legwork.
Sure, I'll take it.
You and about 6 other enterprising mavericks. It's only a matter of time before someone brings me McRed's head, or his lucky lighter, as proof of kill. I do hope you're the lucky hunter, though. Good luck and skip speed to you.
Okay, I'm on my way. Bavaria. Max. Come on. Get out of there.
Can we talk?
Yeah.
Captain, if I could trouble you for a moment of your time, while we're on the groundbreaker, I may have an idea for how we could find a translator.
You know someone who could read the book?
I've been thinking on that. There's a former infamous philosopher scholar who fled Terra 2 some years ago. He's an expert on Bakono. He's also who told me of the journal's presence in Emerald Vale. If anyone in this colony could translate that book, it would be him.
How do we find him?
That's a good question. Fortunately, we're in the perfect place to start. This is where I'd go if I wanted to get off Terra 2. Great place to pick up a ride to Hephaestus, Scylla, even Monarch. All I need is access to a data cartridge from the security terminal. They're easily hackable.
So that's why you were in
keeps
there.
a registry of all crew manifests for both arrivals and departures.
How can Victor be such a highly skilled hacker?
Before I transferred to Edgewater, I had a wealth of time to develop certain, secular skills during my years serving a particular penitentiary flock. I meditated, led sermons, provided guidance to the inmates as needed, of course. I also played prison yard tossball and taught myself a bit about computronic security systems.
How will a crew manifest help us track down your scholarly friend?
I'll comb the last 6 months of departure manifest to track the Philosophist's off-world destination.
Sounds good. Let's go.
Thank you, Captain.
Okay, we need to get in there. Hey.
Hi there. Haven't seen you around before. What can Groundbreaker Security do for you today?
I would like to get back there.
We can't just let anyone walk in here. I wouldn't be, well, it's not... we just don't. Maybe if you clear an open bounty and get in good with Commandant Sunita, or help Chief Tennyson fix this heat, that might warrant a thank you tour or something.
Any chance you'll change your mind?
Well,
You don't sound awfully sure of that.
We got a lot of rules to follow. Hard to remember them all sometimes.
It's fine. I'll take your mini.
Appreciate it. You being so understanding and all.
What if some of that contraband is mine and I'm here to claim it?
That'd be awful weird. On account of you should be locked up back here too then.
Do you do tours or something?
I told you we don't.
Okay.
Maybe if you clear an open bounty.
Aye.
All right.
Well, could use some work. Any pointers?
Chief Tennyson don't generally hire outsiders for station jobs, but you could try asking at Sublight Salvage. They got an office on the far end of the promenade deck. Anything else I can help you with, ma'am?
Chief Tennyson?
Chief Junlei Tennyson. She runs the ship. Does a real great job of it, too. Her family's worked on it for, gosh, since it was built, I think. Back before the crossing.
What's she like? Is she a good boss?
Good as she can be, I guess. What with all the troubles Groundbreaker's facing. She could stand to lighten up, I suppose. But she tries her best to do right by folks, and that's what matters.
I suppose leading a ship the size of the Groundbreaker must be a challenge.
Sure is, but she makes it look easy. She's real competent, our chief, even if she ain't real friendly.
Well, I'll see you around. Okay.
This is it. Security. I can check the departures registry to find out which crew the Scholar shipped in and out with.
So what? Wasteland, you were hearing things.
No, seriously. There was a lot of static at first, but then this voice said his name was Graham?
Graham, right. Broadcasting on a dead world full of monsters. Now I've heard everything.
Lovely.
Try not to be distracted by the glare of the adverts. Lots of unsavory types about.
Too late. I'm already distracted.
Hmm?
It's always fucking freezing in the base.
Oh, so.
You know that sound when you've snapped on an injector clip? Ah, that's how you know your weapon loves you back. I got a full line of weapon modifications I'd be happy to show you.
Well, let's see what you have for sale. Already got a shock cannon. Grenade launcher, already have that. That machine gun might be nice. Don't need that. Sure. Actually, that was a bad idea. I thought we can put a... You don't have a,
Careful where you smoke. The
who bills us for air filtration.
Let's see this bar. Yes and go. Hello.
Sorry about the heat. Chief Tennyson will get the radiators fixed soon. Of course, this heat sure makes a zero-G brew extra refreshing. It's an ale that's good for what ails you. Oh, and it's not the best choice. It's Spacer's choice. Taste the freedom. A lot of slogans to keep track of. Sometimes I forget.
I'd like to ask you about the hat.
I'm bound to satisfy headgear-related inquiries. Please send any complaints to our Consumer Care Headwear Division.
You need to speak up. I can't hear you.
It's not the best choice! It's Spacer's choice! Taste the freedom!
Where can I get a hat like yours?
You would never ask if you knew what it's like in here. I mean, why, anyone can be a Spacer's Choice Consumer Relations Choice Specialist. Just keep your nose clean and aim for the moon.
Are you doing alright in there?
Oh, I'm having a stellar day. Not just because I'm legally obligated to say so. Almost as stellar as Spacer's Choice is affordable.
Can you see in there?
I can see all of the top quality merchandise in the Spacer's Choice catalog, which is available here at a reasonable price.
How do you brush your teeth?
Spacer's Choice regrets that we don't sell toothpaste at this time, but we're always working on delivering exciting new products to our customers. Spread wash, mouthwash, and Mantafloss are among the exciting line of dental goods currently in development.
Do you miss eating solid food?
Don't miss out on these deals. You'll find none like them on all of Groundbreaker, or anywhere in the Halcyon colony.
Do you have to sleep with that on?
Trouble sleeping? Try our Lunar Eclipse mix. That's 2 handfuls of pep pills washed down with a hearty swig of 2-hour energy brew. The blast will send you through the stratosphere, and the crash will knock you out cold, guaranteed.
Does Special Choice make you wear that?
Add an additional 10% to your purchase today, and the proceeds will be donated to Spacer Cares, our premier corporate welfare program. At Spacer's Choice, we care about your health and emotional well-being. That's why we put Martin through 6 years of vendor school, only to make him wear this hat.
Do you need me to help you get out of there?
Even if my contract didn't forbid it, I think it's part of me now. Now, are you ready to make Spacer's Choice Lunar Green Moonmouth lozenges a part of you? Lunar Green, the future is spearmint.
I am so sorry for you, Martin. Although you are funny. I am addressing the man behind the mask. Are you okay?
Damn it. No slogan for that one. Look, this hat, my job. It may not seem like much to a brave space captain, but they're all that I have. If there are self-made purgatories, then we all have to live in them. Mine can be no worse than someone else's. Now, if we're done with the chit-chat, I hope you don't mind if I make the most of this short life and try to be the best moon person I can be.
Sorry if I pushed too hard, Martin.
It's fine. I should be stronger than this. Thanks for taking an interest. Speaking of interest, can I interest you in some quality budget goods? At Spacer's Choice, we cut corners so you don't have to.
Sure, let's see what you have for sale.
Have a look.
Wonderful. Sure.
What the hell's going on? We were in a holding pattern for 2 hours just to get in.
Comms had to go on break. Chief didn't have enough hands to coordinate properly.
Waste disposal. We're looking for the... That's the resting go. Medical bay. Oh! We need to tell them somebody in the medical bay something.
You can't get me out of there.
Please don't make a scene, Dr. Fenhill.
I am not making a scene.
Hello.
I'm sorry. Am I causing a scene? See, Umfuru? We could have avoided all this unpleasantness if you just let me talk to Jessie in the first place.
Was this about your friend?
Let me get one thing straight. Jessie and I are not friends. I just owe her, okay? As for the rest, I'm trying to figure that out. All I know is that she's been here too long, and she's apparently not receiving visitors.
Maybe I can look in on Jessie.
Be my guest. If you know something I don't about dealing with hospital bureaucracy, I'll be impressed.
Hey.
What seems to be the problem?
I need to talk about Jessie Doyle.
If only my other patients had so many inquiring after them. I'll tell you what I've told the others. The records say Miss Doyle checked herself in and requested I admit no visitors. The requests of our patients are paramount, so no, you may not see her.
The records say, have you actually spoken to her yourself?
She's not my patient. I'm certain no one on my staff would falsify patient records, if that's what you're implying.
See you around.
Take care.
Hey.
Can't say I've seen you before. I take it you're a freighter captain? If you're here to better yourself, you'll have to wait. We're having a spot of trouble with our delivery service.
Wheeler told me to get you off his ass about the shipping.
Did he now? The mouth on that man. I swear his late mother'd be ashamed. He must be referring to Irion. I'm sure the fool's gotten himself into another scrape. I'm beginning to wonder if I'm ever gonna get my service mechanicals at this rate.
Good job, find him.
I'd be grateful if you'd spare the time. We need his delivery soon as yesterday. Last he told me, he was taking a shortcut by Scylla, an asteroid in the Charybdis cluster. That's where I'd start, were I the adventuring type. You look out, though. The place is probably crawling with outlaws.
I can look into it.
Keep your sights out, friend.
You ever wonder if maybe folks keep doors closed for a reason?
No idea.
To the last ratchet on rotten time, leave me in peace! You hull-headed quacks do know that restful recuperation requires not being disturbed, don't you?
Ellie sent me.
What? Why? Everything's fine. We're all fine here. No need for her to be worrying her pretty little head about me. I'm just terrible, dreadful sick is all. Got a cough that won't quit and sores all over my body. Highly, lethally contagious. But I'll be fine, so long as I'm left alone.
She's worried about you. A lot.
Criminy. She really ain't gonna drop this, is she? Alright, okay. We can discuss this like the level-headed folk that we are. Seems I've got to do something before Ellie goes jabbering my business to anyone with one ear and an intent to listen.
The truth is, I'm not sick. But if you repeat what I'm about to tell you to anyone, I will deny it with my dying breath. You, ain't with the board, are you?
No.
See, I owe them a lot. I might have missed a payment or two, and the other night I swear someone was following me back to my room. So I hold up here to lay low.
Ellie asked me to help you out, so that's what I plan to do.
Udon Bedford's the board guy on the station. He'd know how I stand with them. If you can square things for me, I'd owe you one even bigger than Ellie owes me.
I'll talk with food on for you.
Thanks for helping me with the board. You're a real pal. Or I guess I should say, Ellie is one, huh?
You're a deft hand with a mag pick.
Ooh, can we rent an upstairs room?
Maybe. Oh yeah, we're here to talk to Ellie.
Any word on Jessie?
She's in debt with the board. I think someone's after her.
Good luck. The board's got an office on the promenade just before engineering. We can't miss it.
Oh, it's right next to engineering. That's good. Yeah. I think that's the board.
Go back to Byzantium, you gold-plated bastards.
Yeah, no one wants you on Groundbreaker.
These stairs are board property. Disperse now, or I'll detain you for trespassing.
Oh, real scary. You're really gonna arrest us on our station?
Yeah, this is Chief Junlei's ship. You don't own shit here.
Step back. I'm required by board bylaws to use excessive force.
The Mardettes would space you for trying, you waste of O2 scrubbers.
Yeah, O2 scrubbers.
Look, just get out of here before I tell your captain what you've been getting up to on the clock.
Ah, whatever. We got a date at the Lost Hope anyway.
Is this really what you want to be doing with your life, Marcy? Guarding stairs for that walking mustache Udon fucking Bedford? I gotta get off this detail.
I'm just gonna hang in the back and try not to touch anything.
You'd think the board and its agents would be more content, sitting at the top of the system's food chain as they are.
Ah, yes. Wheeler messaged me you were coming. He must be the captain of the Unreliable, a vessel that used to be helmed by one Alex Hawthorne. And you are not he. Has something happened to my favorite scruffy freelancer?
Alex is dead.
Oh no, this is terrible. My dear friend, what devilry is this? In whose miserable fever dream am I trapped?
I'm sorry for your loss.
Oh, Alex. There were so many arguments we'd yet to have.
What's your relationship with him?
He was my dearest friend. My only friend. You have his ship, you must know. That picture of us on the promenade, me hugging him, him wincing. I keep a copy beside my bed. Did he?
I wouldn't really know.
It must have been lost with Alex then. One more tragedy to top the pile. Tell me, how did he die?
He died in an escape pod accident.
Oh, awful business that. But why? How? No. Best not to ask after the gory details.
Again, I'm very sorry, but can we get back to the topic on hand?
Right. You're going important places, I'm sure. Big, exciting, important places. There, I've removed the flag from your ship. I'm terribly sorry for the inconvenience. However, before you go, Alex promised to tell me the location of Phineas Wells. I'm sure you've seen his wanted posters all over the colony. Did Alex tell you where Wells might be? Anything at all?
Why is the board interested in Wells?
You haven't read the posters. He's a terrorist, a thief, a madman. It's really in the colony's best interest that we stop him before he does further harm.
Why do you think I would know anything about Phineas Wells?
Well, Alex knew, or he said he did. And you have his ship. Maybe he kept some records around, or a conveniently placed note on his bedside table.
Alex never mentioned Phineas Wells.
That's... well, that's just terrible news. Law, what am I going to do now? The board will have my head. Oh, I'm sorry. This is terribly unprofessional of me. Is there anything else I might help you with?
I'm here about Jessie. I want her debt settled.
Miss Doyle owes the board a significant sum. Alas, the only collateral she has is her organs. Compulsory donation is quite legal in such cases.
She's worth... I'll pay off for her.
Kind and efficient. Can't say I disapprove. Although, seeing as this woman isn't a member of our crew, it'd be nice if the price weren't quite so high.
I think you may have underestimated the size of Miss Doyle's debt. If you'll look over this itemized bill.
You're charging for emotional anguish. Really?
I am extremely anguished, Captain. Please respect my feelings in this difficult time.
I doubt Mr. Bedford's ever felt real pain. We could introduce him to the sort of suffering that actually constitutes extreme anguish. For the good of his understanding, of course.
Be careful you don't irritate my guards, Vicar. You might not like their rather narrow understanding of what constitutes excessive force.
A bride of 2,600 bits. Yeah, I can go for that.
I'm glad we could come to an accommodation. You may inform Miss Doyle that our collections agent will be recalled. Now, is there anything else you need, or can I return to my work?
Yeah. Bye. To there. Sure, while I'm rating. Oh, Vicar, I have yet to choose a perk for you. Yeah, let's choose your unique perk tree. Alright.
Wish I could say it was good to see you, Ellie. At least you finally got your chance to square our debt. That ought to make you smile for once, huh?
Nothing makes me happier than being even. Except being right. That's nice, too. The good news came through the wireless. Looks like you paid my debt to Jesse. I guess that means I owe you now, right? Tell you what, I'm a little short on bits at the moment, but I'm a decent scrapper and a better-than-average sawbones. If you're looking for a medic, I can work my debt off.
Are you saying that you'll work for me just because I helped Jesse?
If I'm being honest, and I prefer not to, I was about ready to pick up another contract anyway, and you settled this in a pretty tidy fashion, which tells me you're competent. But we can say I'm repaying the favor if you prefer that version.
What exactly did Jesse do for you anyway?
She helped me win a bet.
Must have been important.
No such thing as a low-stakes bet in my book. We were on a smuggling run planetside when our point man bet me I couldn't outrun a mantisaur.
Don't tell me you tried.
What can I say? Something about people telling me I can't do a thing that just makes me itch to prove them wrong. And, as you can probably guess, the thing was faster than it looked. Probably would have caught me if Jesse hadn't picked it off.
So she saved your life?
Yeah, but the important thing is I won the bet.
Well then, welcome aboard.
You won't be sorry. Though it looks like you've got a full roster already. Time to play favorites, Captain.
Meet me on the ship. It's stuck on the promenade.
Traveling in style, are we? I'll be sure to nab a cabin with a view.
Dr. Fenhill, glad you opted to join us. It'll be good to have a Sawbones on the crew.
Alright. We're picking up more strays. Yeah. I think we're good for now. Almost at 4 hours already. Time flies by. Anyways, have a wonderful night, all of you.